it's done. It's been done.
What's been done? So tell me. That's what I'm
The
saying.
egg freezing
talk about
process
it.
has been
Egg
done.
freezing.
So I basically froze my eggs at the start of last year, so 2022.
I'm always happy to kind of have those conversations with people. But every time I do open up that topic, I do get some really good feedback in regards to just how much it's not spoken about enough.
Well, it seemed like everybody was, again, on it.
It's a hard one because I think fertility itself is still such a taboo topic. Like, people don't necessarily want to open up about it because it is quite a fragile topic. Like, if you're trying for a baby and, you know, no one wants to actually speak about it until it's certain. Honestly, it didn't really feel real still. Like, it was you know, you work yourself up so much for this one thing that's going to happen, and then it was kind of came and we were like, oh, we're already here now. So
winner, first place, WBFF Pro Australia.
yes.
Third place, wow.
Yeah.
WBFF Worlds Vegas. More sass, more sexy, more attitude, more love. She's world-travelled, Miss Worldwide. You know you want me. You know I want ya. Caitlyn McGuinness.
What an intro. I don't think I've ever heard something that good.
I tell you, how do I do it? I don't know how I'm doing this.
Every time it just gets better.
I've winged it all my life. Come on, show us the product. Bring up the product. Show us the product. I'm expecting a groove in the car. I'm expecting
Absolutely.
that.
I'm going to give this a crack tomorrow.
Actually, I've never done a dry scoop. Can I do one now?
Absolutely can. Go for your life.
Okay, here we go.
I can't. It's too late. And
it's too late for you. All right, I got my water. Now you undo the water. I've never done a dry scoop.
Sorry, do you want me to give you some tips?
Yeah, go for it.
Throw it in the back of your throat and try not to die. That's basically it. Don't breathe. That's it.
All right, wait a minute. I know I want ya. You know I want ya. Da, da.
Yeah,
and look, and I'll do you.
Dance. And now drink. Don't breathe. Nailed it.
Oh, yeah, my first.
Absolutely nailed it.
And then you do. What do? Then you suddenly get up on the chair and then
just keep boogieing.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
Going nuts.
Dancing.
All right, the Caitlyn dry scoop move. We could start a movement here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a crack tomorrow. I'm excited.
Please do. Yeah, thank you for taking it. I wanted to do it. I'll tell you the truth. I don't give a fuck if you do it in the car and dry scoop, whatever. I wanted to give it to you as a gift. I don't do false advertising. You don't have to say, oh my God, this is so amazing and everyone should buy it. You don't need to. It's you. Do your dance, be you, and if you do it with ours, we'll just watch it.
Amazing.
So that's all I want. All right?
I'm all about it. Thank you for sending it.
Yeah. No problem. Let's start off with, all right, we're going to do a part A recap. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. Okay, introduce us to Mr. Right. Go. Where is he? Where's Mr. Right?
He, unfortunately, I did not get married in Vegas. I know. Shock horror.
We said, you're ruining the part A. It says.
Listen, I try. I really do try. It's just, I don't know what it is.
Look, I mean, I'm happily taken. Let me just start that. But you're hot, man. You're a gem. Where the fuck is everyone looking?
Look.
Which way are they looking, Caitlyn?
I'll be honest. When people say, why are you single? First of all, it's a choice. Not to sound up myself, but I could be in a relationship if I wanted to.
You're up yourself.
But, I guess the right person hasn't come along to sweep me off my feet yet. So.
Well, you know what? They will.
Waiting.
They will. No, they will. And
I'm losing hope, but we'll see.
Shit! I just made a mess here. No, don't lose hope.
Yeah.
Because everything happened in my 30s. So just and so did a lot of people happen in their 30s. It's not like
my life as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you should be. All right. Well, let's move on. Mr. Wright's not there.
No, he's not here yet.
Also, when you won, when you're on stage,
yes,
I think when you won, I asked you to think of me. Did you think of me?
Oh, absolutely. Every second.
You did?
I was like, this is all for the podcast. Let's go.
Because I said, when you win or when you're on there and, you're going to thank Steve, you're going to think of me, and I'm expecting you did so.
Yeah, it was internal, but...
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, I asked, you'd scream out my name when you won third place, and you did you scream it out?
That didn't happen because I was actually a little bit taken aback that I even got third place. So I was still in shock at the time.
Okay, well, fair enough. And we also mentioned Geminis and digging more into star signs.
Yes.
I've realised, just to let you know, that your compatible star sign is Aquarius and Libra, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, well, my best friend is a Libra, so that kind of makes sense in a way. And my dad, who is also one of my best friends, he's also an Aquarius. But I'll be honest, I've not dated either an Aquarius or a Libra, so maybe that's where I'm going wrong.
Well, if I was you, on your Tinder profile, just say Aquarius only. And maybe
I don't have one, but let's give any Aquarius or Libras a shout out. Feel free.
Yeah. Hey, if you're an Aquarius, Caitlyn McGuinness underscore WBFF Pro. That's the Instagram account. And if you're a Libra, same Instagram account. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's going to dig in one more bit further. Egg freezing. How was the feedback? We noticed an enormous, quite a positive, enlightening comments, reactions. What more can we offer or do and say for the people? But let's go with it. What happened? It was an explosion. It was an explosion.
Look, I think every time I touch on the topic, which I'm an open book, right? Like you can ask me any questions, why, all that kind of stuff. I'm always happy to kind of have those conversations with people. But every time I do open up that topic, I do get some really good feedback in regards to just how much it's not spoken about enough.
Well, it seemed like everybody was, again, on it. Wanted to talk. Yeah,
it's a hard one because I think fertility itself is still such a taboo topic. Like people don't necessarily want to open up about it because it is quite a fragile topic. Like if you're trying for a baby and, no one wants to actually speak about it until it's certain. But at the same time, nothing's ever really certain, right? So I think that it's always something that is received really well. And if it opens a few people's eyes and, gives them the opportunity to look into it and research it for themselves, then I'm always going to be one to try and open up that topic and speak about it.
I think I was just thinking about what you just said, and we did a podcast with Claudia. Remember Claudia?
Yep.
Yeah. And we're talking about women's stuff, about menstrual cycles and all that. I think, I guess you girls probably need to talk a lot more and be open and get together, everybody, and 100%. Create those kind of topics. I'm a guy, hear me out first. But I think, personally, it's a serious topic, and I think it should be spoken in like you don't have to be flamboyant about it. You don't have to swear about it. It's more of a topic where you're inviting. And I think it's a great topic that maybe you should go further deep into it because you've got a big fan base. Everyone loves you apparently. Yeah. And I think you should, I think the topic should be spoken a bit more because it was new to me. And when I saw all the reactions, it seems like more and more new. And it seems like people want to know what's all this about. So
absolutely.
Good on you. That's what I'll say.
You.
Good on.
Thank you.
So I think and I think if you are going to do it, my tip would be to do it with professionalism because sometimes people do sit downs and podcasts. I swear, but I think topics like that should be done in a way to really, because it's such a delicate, beautiful subject, and give it that kind of respect. Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
When will the dry scoops in the front of the car cease now? I mean, we've done the comp. Can we stop now?
I still train, so they will continue
Well,
until I stop
that will
training.
kill. Yeah. have with the dry scoops, have you and Imogen ever coughed it out all over the dash in the window?
Absolutely.
And had to take two?
Imogen, or we never take two. So whatever you see is just real and raw because we can't pop that much caffeine. But there have definitely been some near-death moments. Yes, absolutely. There's been some choking. There's been some splutters. Lots of mess in the car. Yeah.
Hey guys, Steve here from Muscle Talks. I just want to say thank you for you guys being here. Thank you for watching this podcast. What I'd really love is for you guys to hit the subscribe button. Why hit the subscribe button? It'll just allow us to have a bigger reach, allow us to go get a bigger audience, and also bring you the best of the best here. Our goal here is to not only get our local people, but also international, and eventually, and hopefully, and will be bringing the Olympians to this station, Muscle Talks podcast. So please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. So every time our podcast is launched weekly, that you get notified and you can sit back and enjoy this. Thanks, guys.
And you know what? And talking about, and I think it's only fair because it seems like she's your friend. Before we talk about you and WBFF Worlds in Vegas, tell us about Imogen, her journey, her grit, her support, what's she like, and what does she mean to you?
Imo's amazing. She's one of my best friends. She came into my life when we were both prepping for 2021 WBFF, and it was going to be our first shows, both competing in WBFF. That show actually got cancelled due to COVID, but yeah, we formed a really, really strong friendship. We now live together. We do basically everything together. Her boyfriend is pretty much our third wheel at this point in time. So, yeah, she's amazing. She's a very genuine person. She's very caring. She's very loving. She is incredibly supportive. And it was a really, really nice time for us to be able to prep together again and do worlds together. And she got her pro card, which I was incredibly proud of her for. And it definitely brought some emotions up. But it was a really successful trip for us, which was cool. So it was nice to kind of share that with her.
Yeah, I had to be fair because she's there everywhere, mate. I mean, you're walking down the hallways, there's Imogen. You're in the car, there's Imogen. You're at the gym, there's Imogen.
She lives with me.
You're
always together. We're joined at the hip at this point.
You're eating donuts together, there's Imogen.
Yes.
So I thought it's only fair for us to sit there and pay some homage to
she's
Imogen.
amazing.
And I think I've quietly reached out to her. Maybe I might get her on. But she's quite the businesswoman too.
She's a busy girl. She's very, very...
she's a busy girl, quite the businesswoman. So anyway, maybe you can give her a bit of a nudge since you live with her and say, Steve's not a bad guy. Go on his podcast and have a little chat.
I can definitely put in a good word.
Okay, so training up to the flight out of Sydney, how was that? So you've done the show, now you're getting ready to fly. Tell us what was the mindset? You've done the comp. How did you go up a notch now? What kept you motivated?
So, I mean, for me, between Sydney and Vegas, it was fairly cruisy. I kind of just needed to maintain. We only had 4 weeks between each show, so there was no real chance of any kind of major improvement. Obviously, conditioning and stuff can definitely come in, but I was not going to be building any muscle or anything like that. So training wise, we were just ticking the boxes, going through the motions. Intensity was still there, but we weren't pushing for PBs or anything like that. I was having a PT a week just to kind of get a really solid leg session in each week. And then, we just kind of managed training around our flight. So we actually lost a day going from Brisbane to LA. It was... Sorry, we gained a day. So we had Monday twice on the way there. So it was just kind of managing our rest days around that and making sure that we were trying to manage fatigue as much as possible. And it was pretty, it was pretty cruisy, but it was also a big flight when you're depleted.
What was it? What did it feel like Because I know with flights it can just, it's kind of like sucks the life out of you sometimes. A flight.
Yeah,
Did you
we
feel
were pretty
that?
wrecked when we got there, so didn't have the best sleep the first night, but we were pretty good in
Yeah.
getting
Did you have
into
jet lag? That was
routine.
going to ask you. Did you have jet lag?
Not too bad, to be honest. We actually managed the flight really well without sleeping. So yeah, I like we didn't sleep all that much. We were kind of waking up a fair bit throughout the night, but again, it's pretty normal in prep as well because you're constantly peeing.
You
So
are constantly peeing. Fucking peeing.
yeah, but other than that, like the jet lag was actually pretty good. We also had 8 days before we moved into Vegas, so we were in LA for 8 days. So that was a really good transition period for us to try and just get back into routine and back on top of sleep patterns and things like that as well.
Did you, were you pumped just before flying? Were you kind of like excited or were you?
Honestly, it didn't really feel real still. Like
Yeah.
it was you work yourself up so much for this one thing that's going to happen, and then it was kind of came and we were like, oh, we're already here now. So
Oh, wow,
um
wow.
yeah, it went really quickly. Like the whole process was just, yeah, it felt like we were literally there and then gone again.
How did you manage the food on the flight?
It was
Tupperware?
hard. It was definitely
Were
hard.
you,
We were
were
actually
you
kind
allowed
of,
to take food? Were you allowed to take food on the
well,
flight?
we were concerned that we might not be able to, but we ended up managing to get our food on there, which was good. The only thing was we couldn't take like ice packs or anything like that.
Okay.
So poor Imo had some chicken that didn't last until she needed it. So she was a pretty hungry girl. But yeah, we managed pretty well, to be completely honest with you. I wasn't sure if we had some backup options of like rice cakes and protein powder, but we actually didn't end up needing them, which was good.
There's some serious eyelashes, kid.
Yeah, they're pretty good, hey?
Oh my God! Oh wow! Jesus Christ! I'm
welcome.
duck.
You're
When you
welcome.
blink, I'm like. And tell me something. When you take pre-workout, are you supposed to get pins and needles?
Yeah, that's the beta-alanine.
Oh my God!
You're welcome again.
Because I
This
no,
is
because
why I did not dry scoop on my rest day at 3:30
Jesus
p.m.
Christ. I mean, we've tried it. We've had it. I have it now, and we've realised because you're only supposed to have half a scoop. By the way, I'm letting you know, it's a half a scoop, and I think how many servings is it, Chris? 71 servings.
Yeah.
With a half a scoop, right? But Chris took a whole one, and he said, Chris does he does wedding photography too and video, just to let you know, guys. And he was about to throw the camera at the bride and groom because he had too much pre-workout. So he was really, he was intense.
I did tell you
intense
it was
for him.
dangerous.
It is dangerous, and I'm feeling it, but let's keep going. And plus, I haven't eaten all day, by the way, so there you go, even more dangerous.
There you
go. What was the very first thing you girls did once you landed and got off that flight? What's the first thing you guys did?
We went to the gym.
Went to the gym?
Yeah.
Is that to acclimatize?
It was just to move our bodies, to be honest.
Yeah.
We had been sitting for a while and hadn't trained for a couple of days and obviously were feeling it, and we just wanted to kind of move the body, suss out the new gym, get everything signed up and ready to go for the next couple of days, and yeah.
What do you do when you go to another gym? Do you have to get a membership? Do they know you're coming? Like, do they prepare everything? Like, what happens there?
So you can generally get like a casual pass, depending on whether they do like a week pass or a daily pass. Obviously, it's more expensive if they do it just daily. But I think we got a week pass and it was maybe 150 USD, so close to like 250, 300.
Okay. And
it's pretty expensive.
I was going to say, we talked about jet lag. Explain the the gyms there and the people in Florida. Explain that place. Explain what did it feel just the same, or did you feel like a little bit different style of people, attitudes? Not, I'm sure lovely, but I'm just asking.
Yeah,
like, is the gym culture the same?
Friendly, but it was
Super
probably
friendly.
more, I guess, more bodybuilding than anything I've experienced in Australia. And I think, to be honest, Queensland has like some of the biggest bodybuilding population. I go to a world gym, so it's like that's pretty bodybuilding.
And also what's it called? A-frames. What are they called? Where you put your camera on?
Oh, tripods. Yeah,
Tripod
yeah.
heaven and big building bodybuilders.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But this was a Gold's gym, and so
How was that?
yeah, it was really cool. It was very, very cool. They had an outdoor kind of area. Arnie came, he was there, so we got to
What?
see him train. Yeah, it was pretty
He
cool.
trains there? Arnie
Yeah.
trains there? What's he
Yeah.
like in real life?
I mean, I didn't actually get to meet him, but I saw
No,
him.
but you saw it from a distance. What did he
Yeah.
look like from a distance?
He was training with Ronnie Coleman,
Yep.
which was sick. So it was really cool to see that. And
What do they look like? What do they look like when you see them in real life from far? Like, I know Roddy Coleman looks a bit withered, but what about
like
Arnold?
celebrities, I guess. Like they had a lot of
Celebrities, right.
entourage. So yeah, no, it was pretty cool. It was cool to see, and yeah, I guess like everyone was really friendly. Everyone kind of came up to you because obviously you look like you're going into a show. So there was lots of questions and people speaking to us and stuff, which was really cool. So yeah, it was a good gym.
Do they still love the Aussies over there?
They do, yeah. Yeah.
Is that your first time in America? I've never been to America. Is it your first
I
time?
had been to America when I was like 7, so I don't really remember too much. So it was my first time over there as an adult, yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was cool. I guess it's hard to know as far as like we didn't really experience too much other than our regular routine. We were only in Vegas for 24 hours before we flew back home, and we didn't really get to do all that much when we got back to LA as well. We kind of just like went shopping, got our food, and then went to the airport. So yeah, we didn't get to experience too much.
I can imagine trying to set up that kind of itinerary, really.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic. Look, to be honest, if we could have, we probably would have stayed longer, but it was just going to be way too expensive for us to try and change. And at the time when we did book, Imogen was still doing November, so she would have been still prepping, so she wouldn't have been able to really enjoy any of the food experience anyway. So yeah, it just didn't work out that way, and we'll go back. That's all good.
Okay. You guys drove to Vegas?
We did, yeah, from LA.
Yeah. Yeah. How many hours was that? And what was it like driving to Vegas?
It took us about 5 hours with a couple of
Oh,
stops.
that's not bad.
Yeah, so it actually was fine. I was the designated driver, and I'm a pretty confident driver, but driving on the wrong side of the road in the wrong side of the car was very hard to get used to.
Yeah.
They have like to turn right, they're basically like our left-hand slip lanes, and it was just so hard to get my head around at times. But I think we only got beeped like once or twice, so it's fine. It was so fun. We got there in one piece.
I remember when I went around Europe, I was the designated driver only because I
Yeah.
could handle the driving on the other side.
That's it, yeah.
What was Vegas like, seeing it in the distance, driving into it? Because it's this thing in the middle of the desert, isn't it? I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
I've never...
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like it very quickly goes from like deserted kind of nothing to lots of buildings, lots of lights, lots of exciting things. So
Is it what you expected Vegas to look like when you were there?
I don't really know that I kind of had any expectations of Vegas. Like I think you've seen, what it's like in movies and stuff like that, but it's always like casinos and all that kind of stuff. So the strip was pretty cool. Yeah, we did a fair bit of walking up and down there, and we stayed in the Paris, which has a casino in it. So it was pretty like typical of what you would expect, I guess. Lots of lights. We were directly across the road from the Bellagio, so we had like the water fountains and all that kind of stuff, we were in a very, very good spot.
But I guess you're game focused, aren't you? You're just stuck in your competition mode.
100%.
It sounds, I mean...
You can't really maximize on it when you're heavily focused.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you and Imogen ever argue?
No. As like friends, we actually handle it very, very well. And I even said to her while we were away, like, you're probably the one or two, there's only very few people that I can travel with, but even living together as well, like we know that if one of us is quiet and you ask if they're okay and they say they're okay, you just let them be.
Right.
If they want to talk, they'll talk, and if they don't, then we will get over it in our own time. But we don't take it personally, especially like I think on prep when you're both understanding of where you're at and what's going on. Yeah, it's a lot easier to kind of just not take it personally and just let them do their thing if they need to.
How long did it take for you to get into game mode, to get your game face on?
Always on game face.
Like, meaning you landed, you're in a foreign place, you're a little bit everywhere, you're driving now to Vegas because it's gyms to gyms.
I think,
were you always game on, or as soon as you touch the weights, you're on? As you felt good when you're in the gym?
I think, to be honest, you're so focused on the fact that you've got a countdown of a number of days that you just kind of have to take everything in your stride, and food always has to be on point, and you know, when I'm training, and everything else, like your day revolves around getting your shit done and your boxes ticked. So there's no real opportunity to not be on, if that makes sense. So yeah, like it just becomes routine, and you just kind of, no matter where we are, it's the same routine. Like a lot of people are like, oh, how's America? You know, how different is it to Australia? Well, we do the exact same fucking thing in the exact same day, just in a different spot.
So you and Imogen weren't saying like, do I bet red or black, or should we go to sleep?
Not.
It was just go to sleep. Like,
yeah,
no
literally
black,
get to bed before 9 o'clock.
Okay. How the hell do you lug all those outfits and clothes and also make them look pressed and pretty?
God.
Like,
honestly,
that's got to be that's a workout in itself, isn't it?
So I read the tickets wrong, and I thought we had 4 suitcases, all of them 23 kilos each. So we packed 4 suitcases, and they were all between 23 and 25 kilos. And when we got to the airport, we were only allowed 2 suitcases at 23 kilos. So we had to pay, I think it was like $300 USD or something like that to get our other 2 suitcases on. But we had no choice. Like we had
of course
4 or 5 gowns that we had to bring over. I had theme wear. We both had bikinis, like shoes, everything. We had supplements and a food suitcase. Like it was just hectic. So we just paid the money and we were done with it.
Well, just to let you know, Chris his calves are growing now that he's got the 6-inch
Wearing
high
the heels?
Yes.
Yes.
The calves are looking amazing. Chris,
Get it.
They're killing him, man. Jesus Christ. I would have picked a better shoe, but he's a bit dated, this bloke, but it's still nice. That's a cute laugh. Tell us about the Aussie contingent. How was the energy, the camaraderie, the vibe with each other?
It was good. We had a really good Aussie team, to be honest. Like, it was probably one of the biggest Aussie teams that we'd taken over to Worlds.
I saw that.
And in all honesty, everyone did so friggin' well. Like, we had top 3 in amateur bikini. All 3 of them went pro. We had top 3 in pro figure. Yeah, we had some really, really good results throughout the world stage. So I think, Pauline and Ari are probably very happy with the team that we were able to take over.
Yeah, amazing team. Looked amazing, looked happy. My friend was over there. I don't know if you saw a podcast we did, Nikki Fitness. She was in our podcasts. I don't know. Well, obviously you're not looking at Muscle Talk podcasts enough, and you got to go.
Clearly
but
not.
she flew over from Georgia, I think.
Okay.
Atlanta, Georgia, and guess what? She's got a little dog. She was allowed to fly with her dog on the plane.
Yeah, it's crazy the things.
And she brought her dog to the shows.
There was so many people just like walking dogs into shops and stuff, and I was like, "What is going on here?"
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, it's big time with dogs. It is crazy. Please give us now details. The build up on show day. What is the show day world like? What was expected? So you woke up, it was show day. What did you do? Give us just to get there. What do you do?
So show day morning, I woke up, I did my check-in, so chucked my bikini on, obviously did my weight, all that kind of stuff, messaged it through to my coach so that they could adjust my food and make sure that I was going to come in how I needed to. And then I had makeup and hair at 5 a.m. So we went downstairs.
So what time did you get up?
4:15, I think.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. did hair and makeup, and then I had a little bit of time in between. So I think I was finished hair and makeup maybe 6:30, and I didn't need to be downstairs until about 8:30. So I just kind of chilled out a little bit, kept my feet up, had my first meal, just tried to be as present as I could in that moment, and really think about what I was heading into, and be grateful for where I was and what I'd been able to
Some gratefuls,
manage,
yeah.
which was cool. And yeah, then I went downstairs, we went backstage, I got my bikini on basically, and then they started lineups. So in the morning, I think our show started at 10 or 10:30. We had our comparison rounds. So it's basically the prejudging rounds. So I was on stage for both fitness and figure, which was cool. I got two kind of rounds to be able to go into. So I had the figure round first, and then I went into fitness. I was probably only on stage for 15, maybe 20 minutes each time. And then once that was done, we were able to kind of go back into the crowd. I was able to watch a couple of the other girls who I knew compete. And then you have intermission from pretty much, I think it was maybe like 12 o'clock until we had to be backstage about 3:34. So yeah, just went upstairs. We actually had a nap, which was so weird because I don't ever nap during the day, but I was wrecked. So yeah, we did that. We had a bit of a feed up situation, had some food, and then back downstairs for roughly 3:30. We then had the night show, so basically a full gala where everyone goes on stage, and then I had theme wear for fitness and figure, and then I was back in my bikini for the awards for the 2 rounds. So that was cool. It's a big day. We didn't get out of there
It
until
is a big
about
day.
10 p.m. I reckon.
Is it? It sounds like to me a little bit that you've just got to go into autopilot in a way, because I think in Sydney, in Australia, in wherever the comp is, it's kind of like home territory. You can kind of touch and feel a little bit more, but there it seems like you've just got to go into game mode.
Yeah.
Just kind of it's kind of like a little unemotional. You just got to go into the get it done mode.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Yeah, look,
does that make sense?
Towards the end of prep, I am very unemotional as it is.
Yep.
It's very much just heads down, bums up. Let's just get it done, finish it off. And for the most part, like, show day is very similar. You have a job to do. But I do think once the morning show is kind of done, that's basically your judging done. Obviously, you don't want to come back and look like a bag of dicks, but you don't necessarily have as much pressure on you to perform, so you can kind of enjoy it a little bit more, I guess. Whereas I think the nerves always come out in that morning part of the show. So once we kind of got back and we were able to chill out in our room for a little bit, it is very overwhelming. Like, there is a lot going on. There's a lot of people. Yeah. It's all very new and fresh, and like you said, it's not home soil, so you're not as, I guess, calm in that aspect. But
you don't have those familiar creature comforts. You're a bit trying to create them.
Yeah, correct. But once we came back for the night show, it was pretty crazy. Like, we were just able to have fun and get back up there and kind of do the things. So yeah, it was good.
So an amazing achievement. Third. How do you feel about that, your achievement? Let's just say, is there anything you would have changed, enhanced, or like, not that third's the achievement of all, 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's where you want to be. But how do you tell us about that first, coming third. How do you feel?
Huge. Like, it's massive for me. It's a really big achievement for me. I think I went into it with kind of no expectations. First pro show, going up against the best in the world, and I already knew, I know what I need to make improvements on with my physique. So I went into it knowing that I'm not the best that I will ever be, but I'm the best that I could be right now.
Okay.
And to come third, like to be honest, after prejudging, seeing everyone there, I was thinking third or fourth. I was hoping third, but I was thinking third or fourth, from what I could see, from what my coach's feedback was, from where I was in the lineup of the call outs and things like that. So as much as I say third was a surprise, I also knew that I was up there with, looking one of the better on the stage as well. So I was pleasantly surprised with a third.
When you mention what you've seen and what you know and what you know about yourself, then what would need to change, or do you think I guess, like a car, if you want to come first or second, tweak the motor, what do you need to tweak if you thought to
glutes,
yourself?
Man.
Glutes.
I need glutes so bad. I'm like flat as a tack back there.
Far out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Look, if anything, my back is probably my strongest point. And it's not something that I probably showed off enough on stage. I was very cautious of still trying to be feminine, so I left my hair on my back a fair bit. So I probably could have exposed my back a little bit more, because it is probably one of my better features. And my rear shot from the very rear is not bad. I do have some shape there, but from the side, there is no projection. That booty needs to grow. So
well, I guess what we know what we're doing for 2024, don't we?
Absolutely, sir. We are getting on those glutes. It's Operation Glutesville over here.
Operation Glutes campaign.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay.
That's it.
3og.shop.
Well, give us one exercise tip for glutes. What are you going to do for glutes now?
Hit your RDLs, hit your hip thrusts. Just, we will be training legs 3 times a week. And
3 times a week, legs, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hectic, but it's good. I'm excited. But lots of RDLs, basically.
RDLs. Well, look, I know we've been trying to get this second podcast going. I know we're all busy. You're busy. We've made it a short one, and you got to go because you're a business girl. You got clients, and plus you probably got to go work the booty anyway.
Yeah, that's
so we don't want to hold you. We don't want to hold you back, but Caitlyn, you're fun. You're cool. You're a champion. I had a few quotes here, but you know what? We're going to post this up and give you another second bit of limelight.
Appreciate it.
But like I said, we'll be watching your ass grow.
Yes,
and
please do.
We will be watching your ass grow, and have a good reason why we're watching it. Even me and Chris, when people say, why are you looking at Caitlyn's bum? Hey, she told us she's growing it. We're watching it. It's got to grow. It's growing.
That's it. Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate you. Well done. And we just quickly, where's your next show, you reckon? When are you going to do it again?
I'd say end of next year, season B 2024.
Okay. Watch this space.
Yeah, we're taking some time. So watch this space. We will be back better than ever.
Thank you.
Thanks.